the notion of even a product for an industry is broad. Even within industries, people participate in different parts of the industry. We both talked a lot about allowing the system itself to be configured, the ability for the system to reflect the culture of the company. And that's really important. How we do sales at Zoho, for example, would be entirely different from how, say, a company like Salesforce does sales.
Culture is so important, I think, both in adoption of the technology, right? And just offering what these different verticals would need. For example, in FinServe, they have compliance and regulatory challenges that other industries don't have. So your solution needs to be able to meet those challenges, right? Transparency, how you're handling your data within the system, things like that.
Going forward, we are going to have to create our solutions in a way that it is very specific to that industry.
I'm going to go a step further, and frankly, to a certain degree, disagree. You look at the ERP industry, it went through a period of being a very horizontal set of solutions and then becoming very industry specific. And in order for that to be successful, it's not just about the words you put around your solution. If you're going to be a leader in manufacturing CRM, you have to embrace manufacturing CRM go-to-market. The product has to show the capabilities that are specific to the industry, and it's more than just the words, though the words part is incredibly important too.
I don't completely agree with that. I think there may be a bias of looking at verticalization based on how big industries are verticalized. When you're a company growing up in a new business, you're starting with new processes. You're doing completely new things. So you can't have this standardized approach to your industry that was conceived of 20 years ago, 30 years ago, because you as a retailer are doing things completely differently today.
I 100% agree, Vijay. If you think about it, as companies grow up, especially if they're coming into a market that's either already saturated or that is growing at a pace that they need to be able to change, not only tactically that they execute, but strategically, the system has to be able to keep up with it.
Vijay, I disagree with you. If you're working within a supply chain and you're a small company and you're just now breaking in, the number of customers that buy your particular component that's tailored to a very specific market is still a very finite list. You're not going to go to ZimInfo and say, give me a list of every single company that buys these type of widgets. You're going to, you know who those companies are. And so the CRM solution that you need to help you be successful there is not about how do you go find companies that you didn't know about before, but how do you go penetrate into those companies? How do you build relationships with those companies? Very different from new logo hunting in there. And again, when you're working with a company that does engineer to order and every single order is a very unique and different order, you've got to have CRM capabilities that are designed to be able to manage the process. You've got to have product that backs you up.
I accept your point that you need to understand the business in some depth when you're providing a solution for it. I would talk about how constraining that thinking is. Think of the number of industries that have cropped up in the last 2 decades that didn't exist before. New business forms, share economy companies. So if you had started with the premise that I'm going to define process for these industries, you'd never be able to serve them. So if you put in place processes and rigidity to follow the systems of an existing industry, you will cater to the primary large entrenched players, but you'll miss out on a lot of the new people who will be the players of the future.
In the end, lightweight business processes that are quick to change and adjust to the way that customers are engaging with you is absolutely one of the core definitions of success for every company. I agree with that. I don't think it changes what I'm saying in there in terms of you need to be able to help companies that have a very specific way of delivering realize that in their front office activities.